Have you ever just looked up at the night sky and wondered what is really out there? Well, today we're going to take a super high speed tour of our cosmic backyard. We're talking about everything from a star so huge it could swallow a million Earths to, believe it or not, worlds where it might even rain diamonds. So, are you ready? Our journey is going to take us from the absolute furnace at the center of it all the way out to these frozen, dark worlds at the very edge. Okay, let's fire up the engines. We're starting right at the heart of our system. All right, first stop. And it is quite literally the star of the show, the sun. I mean, it's so much more than just a giant ball of fire, right? This thing is the powerhouse, the engine of our entire solar system. It's the gravitational anchor holding everything together. And of course, it's the source of all the energy that makes life on Earth even possible. And just to try and put its power into perspective, get ready for this. You could fit over 1 million planets the size of Earth inside the sun. Yeah, 1 million. It's a scale that's, well, it's almost impossible to really wrap your head around. But look, the sun isn't just about being huge. Its incredible gravity is what orchestrates this whole cosmic dance, right? It keeps all 8 planets locked in their orbits, and all that energy it's blasting out, that's the reason we have light and warmth and, life itself back here on our little blue marble. Okay, so as we start moving away from the sun, we're going to see that our planetary neighbors kind of fall into 2 totally different families. First up, we'll check out the small, dense, rocky worlds of the inner solar system. And after that, we're heading way out to meet the colossal gas and ice giants in the outer realms. All right, let's do it. We're diving into the inner circle first. This is the neighborhood of planets made of rock and metal. These are the worlds that might feel a little more familiar to us. But trust me, each one is hiding some pretty extreme and surprising secrets. And our first stop is Mercury. This place is a tiny world of extremes. I'm talking blistering heat and then bone-chilling cold. See, it has almost no atmosphere to trap heat, so the temperatures just go wild. It's scorching hot during the day and then plunges into this deep, deep freeze at night. Okay, next up is Venus. People often call it Earth's twisted sister. And for good reason. It's almost the same size as our planet, but its atmosphere is this thick, toxic blanket that's created a runaway greenhouse effect. This makes it the absolute hottest planet in the solar system. A pretty powerful lesson in how planetary climates can go wrong, right? And now, we're home. The third rock from the sun, Earth. It's truly a rare and precious gem in the vastness of the cosmos. Think about it. It's the only place we know of with huge oceans of liquid water, an atmosphere we can actually breathe, and this unbelievably rich tapestry of life. It's all about this delicate balance that makes, well, everything we know possible. Okay, our last stop in the inner system, Mars, the famous red planet. That rusty surface tells a fascinating story of a very different past. We see clear evidence of ancient rivers, lakes, which is exactly why scientists are so obsessed with it. They're trying to figure out if life ever had a chance to get started there. Okay, buckle up. We're now crossing the Great Divide, the asteroid belt, and we're entering the realm of the giants. Seriously, this is where the solar system gets truly epic. We're talking about colossal worlds made not of rock, but of swirling gas and strange exotic ice. And here he is, the undisputed king, Jupiter. This planet is just so massive, you could take all the other planets in our solar system and they would all comfortably fit inside it. And that famous Great Red Spot? That's not a mountain. That's a single storm bigger than our entire planet, and it's been raging for hundreds of years. Wow. So we go from the king to the absolute jewel of the solar system. Our next stop is Saturn. I mean, those iconic rings are just a breathtaking sight, aren't they? They're made of billions of tiny particles of ice and rock, and you know what the best part is? You can actually see them for yourself, even with a small telescope, right from your own backyard. How cool is that? All right, let's keep going outward. Next, we come across the strange and chilly Uranus. This is the ice giant that got knocked over on its side. So it doesn't spin like a top, it actually rolls through space like a ball. It's probably the scar left over from some massive cataclysmic collision way back in its past. And here we are, our final planetary stop, Neptune. It's this deep blue, mysterious world, kind of lurking at the edge of the main solar system. And don't let its calm color fool you. This place is incredibly violent. It holds the record for the fastest winds in the entire system, winds that howl through its atmosphere faster than the speed of sound. Just imagine that. But wait, our journey is not over yet. Oh no. Beyond these 8 main planets, there's a whole treasure trove of other cosmic objects. Think of it as a huge collection of all the leftover ingredients from when the solar system was born in chaos, like 4.6 billion years ago. So first up, we've got the asteroids. These are basically the rocky leftovers of a planet that just never managed to pull itself together. Most of them hang out in the main asteroid belt, which is kind of like this sprawling cosmic junkyard of ancient rock, orbiting between Mars and Jupiter. Then, of course, you've got comets. You've probably heard them called dirty snowballs. And that's a pretty good description. As these icy travelers swing in from the far reaches of the system and get closer to the sun, they start to heat up and put on this absolutely spectacular show, letting off gas and dust that forms those brilliant glowing tails we sometimes see. And we can't forget the dwarf planets, with the most famous one, of course, being Pluto. So what are they? Well, they're worlds big enough that their own gravity has pulled them into a round shape, but they just haven't quite managed to clear out their orbital path of all the other junk. Most of them are just hanging out way beyond Neptune in a super cold, distant region called the Kuiper Belt. And what about moons? I mean, we just have our one, but some planets have dozens. Jupiter alone has almost 100 confirmed moons. And get this, some of them, like its icy moon Europa, are some of the most exciting places to look for life. Scientists think they might be hiding huge liquid water oceans right under their frozen surfaces. Okay, so we've journeyed from the scorching sun all the way out to the frozen edges of the system. But what does it all mean? Why does this grand tour actually matter? Well, it really all comes down to understanding our own beginnings, the story of where we all came from. Because here's the amazing part. Everything we've seen today, the sun, every single planet, every asteroid, every comet, all of it, the whole shebang, was born together from one single gigantic swirling cloud of gas and dust nearly 5 billion years ago. We're all from the same stuff. And that is why this journey is so important. When we study our cosmic neighbors, we aren't just looking at other worlds. It's more like we're flipping through our own cosmic family album. We're piecing together the incredible, sometimes violent, but always beautiful story of how our own precious home Earth came to be. So our quick tour is over, but the real adventure, the adventure of discovery, that's just getting started. It seems like for every answer we find out there in space, a dozen new, even more exciting questions pop up. So next time you look up at the night sky, I'll just leave you with this thought. What mysteries are still out there, just waiting for us to find them?